You're. I'm on here to talk shit. Seems like this conversation was interesting, so we're gonna listen to it together, boys. See how we feel about it. I did not ask them for permission to use this content, so if it gets flagged, it is what the fuck it is. I just wanted to talk my shit about it. Let's go.
So
we just did.
No,
Multiple times.
you guys,
you
you said
don't
no
have an opinion.
comment multiple times.
Oh, by the way, it's sped up 1.5, so yeah.
You guys said I can't comment on that. No comment.
No,
But that's fine if you know.
We just
we
gave
told
you
you.
a
We
long ass
You
answer
just don't like the
Maybe-
answer.
of why reality is the way it is.
But if you would have asked us, we would have been like, okay, but what do you think? What do you think? Okay, but don't worry about what other people are outside of it. But how do you?
This is the difference between how men and women think. This is a perfect example right now. Guys, take your fucking notebooks down. Notice how we said
I'm not no hoe ass nigga, so I'm gonna show you the title of this. I'm also gonna show you the channel who created this video. We're gonna leave it here for a little second. Fresh and Fit. We have a podcast. This is the name of the video. Right there. Fresh and Fit podcast. Name of the video. Date. Very recent. Didn't ask for my input. I am deciding to give it. So they created content. I decided to give my opinion about it. That's it.
we accept the reality, right, for what it is. Fuck our feelings. We accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
You guys want us to get on the female lens and feel it's wrong or right.
Our hope.
And we're telling you that reality is immoral, so we don't care. Men aren't. Our feelings are irrelevant. We accept objective reality. So, oh, how do I feel about this? We don't feel anything. We accept it.
I understand the reality, but this was a segment. This was the part of the show that you guys were saying, "Do you have any questions for us?" And I was asking you
answered it.
for your opinion, and you guys were saying, "Oh, I can't comment on this." Maybe you guys should just watch this podcast back and see what I was saying, because I feel like you guys are not understanding, or you just don't want to say the words, which I understand because this is what your podcast like relies on. This is your whole basis of your podcast. You guys are like reframing misogynistic ideals for modern men to consume and be okay with. So, but that was my question.
Can
and if
you
you guys
tell
don't want to
us-
answer it, it's
What
fine.
was misogynist?
Yeah, can you tell us what was misogynistic about the podcast?
Please tell us.
You guys can just scroll through your Instagram page. You guys,
Can you tell us what was misogynistic?
Just one thing.
one thing.
Because that's a pretty serious claim.
It is.
That's a pretty
You guys have
assertive
your
claim.
preferences, and you guys have your preferences, which is fine. But there are definitely some misogynistic.
What's up, Daniel? Yeah. I appreciate your support. You the homie. Salute.
tendencies you guys have, especially throughout
Can
your
you tell us
Instagram
what it is
page.
then?
Yeah, for example, on one of your posts, I believe you said there was an example that you wanted to hook up with a girl. She didn't want to hook up with you. Like you said it was fine.
Yeah.
What's up? Well, I wasn't coughing because of that. I just didn't want to mute my mic. I wasn't coughing because of this. It's not shade. I know people are like, you trying to throw shade? No. Fuck it. But shit. Like you said, man, I need to stop smoking this shit. Let's go back a little bit.
You guys have your preferences, which is fine, but there are definitely some misogynistic tendencies you guys have, especially throughout
Can
your
you tell us
Instagram
what it
page.
is then?
Yeah, for example, on one of your posts, I believe you said there was an example that you wanted to hook up with a girl. She didn't want to hook up with you, which is fine. Like you said it was fine.
Yeah.
But I had to put her in her place. So I said, okay, guys, if a girl doesn't want to hook up with you, that's fine, but put her in her place. You got to call another girl in front of her and let her know. Like, it just seems like in that little video I saw, it's like your ego is so hurt by the fact that a woman doesn't want to sleep with you that you have to go out of your way to disrespect her instead of just leaving her apartment and going. You have the freedom to do what you want to do. You want to go sleep with 5 girls after her? That's fine. But it's just like, you guys definitely have those misogynistic tendencies, and I see it in your comments, girls. Going off in your comments, and it's just like, but I get it. This is the basis of your podcast. This is why guys watch your podcast. Your fan base is just like you guys, a lot of the time, I'm sure. But I mean, it's interesting to hear, and I thank you for inviting me. And
All right, so hold
it
on,
was
no.
great.
I gotta rebut that real quick.
I mean, just off rip. As a woman having an intellectual conversation, she's doing a hell of a job. She's doing a hell of a job getting her point across and saying exactly what she means and not just what she feels. She's using her words. And so, before anything else happens, the 3 minutes into this 1 hour, if my shit doesn't get flagged down or some shit like that, well, why would it? It's only one person watching. That is silly. But, she's doing a good job of having a conversation with him about logic. But I chose this guy. I feel like it's a controversial issue, and I do have a strong opinion, but it's not going to come to later.
No, of course, yeah.
So, okay. So when a woman says, I don't want to have sex, is she she's making a boundary essentially, right? She's saying she doesn't want to have sex, right? So what is wrong with me also having a boundary and saying, if you don't want to have sex, now you no longer get my attention, leave? What is wrong with that?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so how is that misogynistic that I'm exerting a boundary as well in response to her exerting her boundary?
No, saying to leave is fine. I'm saying, you said that you're like, no, guys, you got to put her in her place. You got to put her in her place, and in that moment, you got to call a girl in front of her. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I said no. I said I'll call a girl in front of her.
Yeah.
But the point is that you need to remember. Keep in mind that I'm teaching men, not women.
Mm-hmm.
So what a lot of guys will do is they'll let the girl sit there and continue to get their non-sexual attention and think it's okay
And hope.
Reinforce.
Oh, yeah.
You're reinforcing undesirable behavior from the woman, and you're letting her know it's acceptable for you to withhold sex from me. And what I'm telling men is, no, that's not acceptable. Kick her out of your house. Just like you have the ability to exert your boundary. I don't want to have sex. I don't feel comfortable. Cool.
That's fine.
On the male side, I don't feel comfortable hanging out with you anymore now. You have to leave. The problem is this, ladies. Anytime a man exerts a boundary, right, of what he wants from a woman, especially if it's sexual, it's considered misogynistic. So in other words, it's okay for women to say what they want from men, but it is not okay for men to say what they want from women. And what we simply tell guys is, you have the option to kick her out too. You don't have to sit there and tolerate her leveraging sex against you for compliance. That is not misogynistic.
Okay, I can't act like I don't see this. I can't act like I don't see it, but because that would be bullshit. Okay, so as this man speaks, I'm not attacking none of his points.
I want to have sex. I don't feel comfortable. Cool.
That's fine.
On the male side, I don't feel comfortable hanging out with you anymore now. You have to leave. The problem is this, ladies. Anytime a man exerts a...
He still make eye contact with his boy. His boy's reassuring him, as he should, around a bunch of women. He has his boy with him. Nothing wrong with that.
boundary, right, of what he wants from a woman, especially if it's sexual, it's considered misogynistic.
He goes like this, and his boy automatically says misogynistic. That's fucking weird. I don't know him from a can of paint. He's supposed to be in Florida. Obviously, he's in one of those nice places in Florida, overlooking some kind of lake, because it's all dark. Because Florida's lit up at night, especially right now that everything's open back. No idea where he might be in Florida. It might be one of them real nice ass apartments. You know. Just saying. Him misogynistic. That's weird to me.
So in other words, it's okay for women to say what they want from men, but it is not okay for men to say what they want from women. And what we simply tell guys is, you have the option to kick her out too. You don't have to sit there and tolerate her leveraging sex against you for compliance. That is not misogynistic. And do you know what the definition of misogyny is?
I'm saying that's not you telling her to leave or you leaving is
What does misogyny mean?
misogynistic.
What does misogyny mean?
Misogyny, it's like being against women in general.
No, it is the hatred and or contempt of women.
Yes. Thank
Where
you
do
for
we
that
say we hate
dictionary
women?
definition.
Please tell us where.
Where do we hate women?
Where do you hate women?
Yes.
Is that the only definition of misogyny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why
Very strong words.
it's a very
And
very
you've also-
serious accusation. So if you're going to say that, then back it up with we have no problem
Yeah, I
with
mean,
you
I
saying we're
just
misogynists.
gave you a whole example. You can play it back on the podcast later if you want to listen to it again. But you've even called a woman a bitch on your podcast live. Sorry for saying the B word.
Hold
by
on.
the way,
How does me exerting a boundary show that I hate women?
Maybe she meant patriarchal, not so
No,
much
no.
misogynistic.
Let her answer it.
Let her answer it.
Not you. Wait.
I already explained it wasn't the fact that you were setting a boundary. You were saying in the video, oh, I have to put a woman in her place because she doesn't want to have sex with me. So I'm going to go ahead and call a woman in front of her just to make a point and make her feel disrespected. And it's just like that type of behavior is just so unnecessary. If your ego is that hurt that a woman doesn't want to sleep with you, then just leave or just tell her to leave. Like, why do you have to be disrespectful like that? And then like on another video, you were on live calling a woman a bitch. It's like, I just think that's a little disrespectful, very disrespectful.
Okay, so there's a couple things that here. So number one, by telling a girl to leave, that does not mean that I hate women.
I didn't say that.
That's what misogynistic means. It means you hate women.
That's what you're saying, basically.
I didn't say because he told her to leave. That's misogynistic. He was saying that guys, you got to put women in their place. Like if we're some submissive dogs that need to be put in our place. Like, no, we don't.
Who leads relationships, men or women?
Who leads relationships?
Yeah.
Men most of the time, yeah.
Okay. So by asserting dominance, what are you doing? You're taking leadership of the relationship, right? Or the interaction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're asserting dominance, which is what men should do and what makes men attractive in the first place. So attraction isn't moral, as I said before.
He said something very he said a lot. He said a lot of shit. Because when someone's trying to explain it, like articulately explain themselves, it's rude to sum up everything they're saying in one fell swoop. It's a reason why they're articulating themselves in a certain way, because they want to be heard. You know, they want to make sure that they're fully understood instead of you just making a blanketed statement about them. That's how this guy I don't know his name. That's how he carries himself. He's like, it's not that, it's this. And this is why it's this. So You can't approach everything the same way and just be like, oh, this person is this one way. You know. Hold on. Woman, I told you to cut that one. Sorry. Sorry, I had to put somebody with a vagina in their place. Excuse me. Good thing it didn't take much muscles, because women are weaker than
For. And nowhere in there did I say I hate women by exerting a boundary. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with a woman saying I don't want to have sex. And it's also nothing wrong for me to say you need to leave and I'm going to call another woman. I'm in my own home. I can do what I want. If I want to call a woman in front of her, that's whatever. But that in no means I'm a misogynist.
I'm saying the way you talk about
Kinda
women. Yeah, and it's just I'm saying the way you were saying it. Oh, if a woman doesn't want to have sex with you, men, you have to put her in her place.
Okay,
Like
you
I
gotta use
hate
logic here.
repeating myself.
You're going off of feelings. Like
So it's not what he said, it's how he said it, right?
No, it is what he said. He said what he said in the video. You guys can play it or rewatch it. I don't know what you want to do. And like I said, you've called women a bitch. The B
When did I
word.
call a woman a bitch?
It's on your Instagram page. I saw it yesterday.
Okay, so hold on.
What she do?
Hold on. Yeah, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I've called men bitches. I've called
Yeah.
women bitches. I've insulted everyone. Here's the thing that you don't like. Women have fought for equality. Therefore, they're equal and they can make their own decisions, correct? From a society standpoint, right? Same rights, same privileges, whatever. I can't think of a right or privilege that a woman has that a man doesn't. I can find privileges that women have that men don't.
A lot.
So, with that said, women are free to make their choices. The difference is that there's consequences to these choices. You don't want to have sex? Cool. Now you must leave. Nothing misogynistic about me exerting a boundary just like she did. Number two, calling a woman a bitch. Under what context? Because if a woman is acting rude or crass, she can be called a bitch just like any other woman and or any other man. I insult everyone the same. I've kicked men off this show. I've kicked women off this show. So, calling a women don't get privilege for being women just to act ridiculous and not be called out on it. If I call a woman a bitch, under what context was it? She probably did something wrong for me to call her that. Are you a misogynist because you refer to other women as bitches? I'm sure you have referred to other women as bitches.
once again, not to tear him down. My perspective on that is, I just don't. So every man is different. I don't use that word with women. If I call a woman a bitch, she's on some other shit. Like she is going way like take your wildest shit and then push it. That's for me to call a woman a bitch. You know, I've gone through breakups. I've gone through cheating. I've gone through living in a car and shit like that. I've gone through a whole lot of shit with just family and relationships with women. Calling a woman a bitch, for me personally, is an extreme. But some men will look at it and say, "Oh, you just a bitch yourself." I call my motherfucker. If the pastor of the church is a woman and I feel like she acting crazy and the potato salad ain't, she a bitch. Like, I fully respect that. You know what I mean? But that's extreme. We're already stronger than them. We already can beat them in a fight. Why do you need to use words to tear them down? That's just my thing about it. When it comes to speaking to women in general, why try to beat them up with words when we're already physical? Like it just, And once again, not to tear them down. I'm just saying my personal opinion. That's why I see that this mentality is flawed, because he's speaking to many young men that are looking at dating and how they should treat a woman. Beating them down with words is not. That's not it.
Are you a misogynist for that?
when women refer to other women as bitches, it's like, oh hey bitch. It's not like you're a fucking bitch. Like no, sorry.
Okay, have you never called a woman a bitch in a degrading form? To shit on her, are you fucking bitch? You've never done that.
Of course, I've called a woman.
Are you a misogynist?
Before. No, but
Okay.
I'm trying to say that in that video, what you were doing is like it seems like your ego was so hurt that that the girl didn't want to sleep with you that you have to go out of your way to call.
And also, let's use a personal experience. I'm guilty of it. I call a woman a cunt in a millisecond. Because in my brain, the word cunt is different. The word bitch holds more weight in my brain. That's where the word cunt will hold more weight in someone else's brain. So I'm not Jesus here. I'm not better than anyone else. Because I will call a woman a cunt. But a bitch, that's extreme for me.
Call a woman in front of her just to make her feel bad. And like you were talking about women in a way that you have to teach them a lesson if they don't want to sleep with you. And it's just like, why? Why can't a woman just not want to sleep with you because she doesn't want to sleep with you?
And that's okay, but there's consequences to that.
Why should there be consequences if I don't want to sleep with you?
If you don't want to sleep with me, why should I continue to give you attention? You're not entitled to my time or my attention. That's the problem. So women are not entitled. I'm going to say that again. Women are not entitled to a man's time, attention, or resources if she does not want to reciprocate on her end and give him sexual access. You are not entitled to it. And for a man to exert boundaries and say, listen, you got to get out and or call another woman in front of her, it doesn't matter. You no longer want to give what the man wants. He's within his right to kick you out any way he sees fit, just like you are within your right to withhold sex from him.
Like you just said there should be consequences if a woman doesn't want to sleep with you. That
yes,
is so troubling. Like
how's that troubling?
Is just, you don't see how that's weird? Like that's just weird.
So it's okay for you to have multiple dates with a guy.
Let me simp out real quick. I see where she's coming from. She thinks it's weird for him to use words like consequences. So she's using semantics, right? But in the long run, when you really think about it, the way you word it makes a lot of impact. Because you're speaking to a lot of impressionable people. You never forget you're speaking to a lot of impressionable people. And I can say the same thing about myself. We're all hypocrites. I'm sitting here drinking beers. So there could be some 12-year-old that's like, hey, I like fucking doing commentary on shit too and just sitting and chilling. Maybe one day I should crack open one, even though he maybe shouldn't. And he becomes an alcoholic. Like, all of these things are possible in the multiverse. But I'm just looking at what's happening right now, and what could possibly trickle down. I think the girl's mentality is asking him is like, the way you're saying that, using words like there should be consequences, it automatically clicks. It triggers people that have been violated in any way. Like, oh, there's a consequence for me not wanting to share my body. Like, his wording is very crass, but in his mind he's like, oh, I'm a man, I'm rugged, I'm gonna be like that, deal with it. So I mean, it looks like it seems like she had a bone to pick with him, maybe, but he likes that shit, so whatever.
Consequences?
Hold on. It's okay for you to go on multiple dates with a guy, right? Pimp everything, and you never sleep with him. That's okay too, right?
Wait, I'm sorry. Is he entitled to having sex with me just because he takes me on dates?
No, I'm saying if you go multiple dates with a guy, right, and you feel like, you know what, I don't want to give him sex. That's okay, right?
I think you should do whatever you want to do on guys, and like sexually, if you don't want to have sex with a man after 5 dates, you don't have to.
Perfect. So if he wants to call a girl in front of you, that's his prerogative, right?
Of course. I'm just saying he was saying.
Oh yeah, here it is. My fucking brain just got sparked back again. This whole conversation. Yes, it is frustrating to take a girl out on a date and have her be like, no, I'm just going to do something else, or I got a phone call, and your man brain says, fuck. So she going to go fuck with another nigga after all of this? And that's where the disconnect comes from. That's where the problem starts. Because if the dude went out because he's like, oh, I think she's sexy, women always have to understand that 99% of the time a man is like, I want to fuck this woman. So I'm going to go and do whatever I think I have to do for her to want to fuck me. For you to assume that every woman knows that makes you a misogynist. Sorry. Sorry. For you to assume that every woman knows that you're taking her out and spending money on her to have sex with her, that makes you a misogynist. It's just the way it is. Because if you assume that, and she doesn't do anything, there's an emotional response on the man's part. So, at that point, you're like, I can be a complete asshole and jump out the window and rape her. Right? Let's just keep it raw. Keep it raw and real. Some men go that route. It's fucked up. Shouldn't be done. I don't believe in it. Then other men are like, man, whatever, man. I took a L. It's going to be me and my hand tonight, unless other shorty answer the phone. You know? And then you have the passive aggressive action. And this is what this is. Oh, well, you don't have sex with me. Okay, well, I'm going to show you that I have other options. And not only that, you can get out of my apartment. That's apparently on a high floor. Because I'm... You know... See, if I start clowning, it's no longer commentary, and then it becomes defamation. So, my opinion is, what she's saying is, you can get your point across, big guy, with your own apartment, and your own car, and your own finances. You can get your point across just as well by if she says, "Oh no, I don't want to do any of that." Instead of you completely switching gears and going into the next room and getting on your phone and calling whoever in front of her, you can. Oh, okay. Well, I thought, I no disrespect. I just thought, something might have happened. And maybe we're not on the same wave. Oh, no, I don't want you like that. But it was nice or whatever. If you say that to a woman like that, she's usually gonna automatically be like, oh, this nigga wanted da 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 da. I'm automatically gonna say something to him that's gonna reassure that I don't want him like that, and I'm gonna probably say something that's gonna allude to me leaving. I know this because I've done it. Because I'm not a fucking weirdo that tries to make a woman feel strange because she doesn't want to fuck me. Alright? So, once you put it out there, she's going to be, oh, okay, whatever. And then it's like, okay, well, what you doing later? I don't know what you're doing later, but whatever you got going on, you handle that. And then we maybe later. But right now, I know another bitch, I'm going to call her, and then it's done. You don't even got to tell her this is another chick. It just deal with her, get her out of your space. All right, cool, no, get the fuck on, and then you handle your other business. This situation, he's talking about you need to let this chick that's here now know that you're of high value because you got another one waiting. That's my only problem with it. Otherwise, it's spotless. But trying to make a girl feel strange because she said no, when you have no idea, she might have really liked you. She might have really thought you was dope. And to you dummies out there, sometimes if a girl really likes you, she want to wait at least a little bit so you can, hold her in a little bit of a higher regard instead of the chick that let you fuck the first night. Start thinking about that. instead of your pride and your ego being hurt. Like, nigga, get over your high school crush. Nigga, get over that shit. Anyway.
To do that as a consequence, because that's
shame
yeah,
a
to
woman?
shame a woman.
Well-
It's because you're not having sex with me,
well,
I'm gonna call someone and make you feel some type of way.
Yes,
It's
because the consequence is him calling the girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing as a girl, punching a guy for not having sex.
punching a guy.
No, punish him.
Oh, punishing a guy.
The point is that it's okay for women to withhold sex from men with zero consequence, but it's not okay to kick out girls and or hold them to some kind of consequence when they don't want to give sex.
You can do whatever you want. I just
Exactly.
think in the video that I'm talking about, you guys are saying in a very disrespectful way, saying that there should, and like you just said, there should be consequences if she doesn't want to sleep with you. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, guys are not entitled to your body, like regardless how
Cool,
many
and you're
dates
not
you go
entitled to a
on.
man's time.
Yeah, and
It
if
sounds-
you, sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. I've
It
been
sounds
talking too much.
rapey. I get what you're saying, but he probably didn't mean it in that way. But it does sound a little rapey,
No,
just a little bit.
no. See, this is the thing.
Man.
And this is why this podcast is so important.
Yep.
Guys, this is the reality of the world. Women want to be able to exercise the discretion to give you sex anytime they see fit, but they don't want you to exercise the discretion to withdraw attention and or time at any time you see fit when you no longer get what you want.
That's not what I'm saying.
No, I literally said she doesn't want to give me sex. She's got to leave. But you guys have a problem with that when I say there's consequences. Just like it just.
No, I'm saying the manner in which you're going about it and saying that women have to be, like I said, like have to be punished. Like there's consequences because
Yes.
you don't want to have sex with me. That I have to make you
If
feel
a
bad
woman does
because you
not
don't want to have
forgive you
sex with
desired
me.
behavior, you should punish
And
that
you
bad behavior.
and you were talking about women as if we're like these dogs that have to be submissive.
He just said something very strange. If women don't give you desired behavior, you punish that behavior. And what this woman is clearly saying is we don't want to be treated like dogs. But it sounds like I'm against them. I'm not. Because what women do a lot is treat men like dogs. Some women that say men are dogs run around, fuck everything in sight, shit everywhere, piss on everything. All we want is food and fucking. And women train us the same. So in that sense, it's balanced. No sides on that one.
And like trained into being these submissive creatures that, it's like there's just something wrong with that to me.
Well,
I mean,
just so you know, right? Most Western women are not feminine at all. So to be a part of a man's lifestyle, hey, she may need to be trained to be feminine. So like, that's normal. So women in
yeah,
Colombia.
you know, we should play the video.
Oh,
We should play the video.
Let's
Let's get the video and play it. We got 11,000 live viewers. Because here's the thing: if you're gonna call someone a misogynist, then you never need to be able to back it up. So we will give you the access to the video. Which video was it? Let's go on our Instagram
TikTok.
and pull it up. Was
I
it
think
TikTok?
it's TikTok. We post on Instagram.
Okay.
I think so.
So is it on IG?
Yeah. So go
Yeah, it's on
to
IG
Fresh
if
and
you
Fit.
want- yeah, I guess it's on IG somewhere. We're gonna go on the Fresh and Fit one. And here's the thing: like I said, this isn't to attack you or anything, but it's just like if you're gonna make a claim and say someone's a misogynist, which is a pretty
Hey, look,
yeah, that's a pretty serious
I get how
accusation.
you feel, but to say misogynistic, man, that's a
No, look,
whole
and
nother
you
dynamic.
guys may think that like obviously it sounds like I'm being very harsh right now, but I'm not saying you guys are flat out going to be saying misogynistic things like, oh, women ain't, shit, whatever. But I'm saying I can tell that you guys have a lot of misogynistic tendencies in the way you think maybe, and like
Oh, really?
I feel like you guys should be a little, I don't know, just be a little open-minded to that. I think. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like being open-minded to your flaws sometimes. I think everyone should.
So
be.
you're saying that we hate women, basically?
When did I say that?
Misogyny is the hate of women.
Yeah, you're
I said
saying that.
you're taking this to extreme. I said that you guys, just like a lot of men, have some misogynistic tendencies, and I think you should be open to like maybe understanding some of your flaws. Just like I should be open to understanding my flaws. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We can all improve in a lot of
Okay,
ways.
but we're asking you. You said we're
No,
misogynists.
Chris?
Yeah, you guys have-
Okay, so all right, let's
a little
which
bit.
video is it? Which one?
Down. Some more. I think it's a TikTok
Which one is it?
Come down.
It was on Instagram. I forgot what it was called.
Down. You got one of the older ones. Come down.
Damn. So you scroll all the way down to on the video.
I don't remember exactly where it was.
Okay, come down.
I'm still trying to figure.
I think it's this one here.
Was it this one?
Yeah.
Was
No,
it,
no.
I don't want to have bedroom fun.
Yeah,
Is that one it?
On left,
I
side, Chris.
think I'm not sure.
That one, yeah.
Is this one it?
Play.
All right.
There, this is it.
This is it. When a girl's at your crib and she says, "Oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun," totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another girl, okay? And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna hear you talking to another girl.
This is where the problem in the conversation with him and the young lady happens. He's saying, as soon as she says no, instant reaction, get up, completely change everything that you got going on, and say, all right, whatever. You get up, you get on your phone, and you call another girl. And just so we can make sure, so we can make sure,
You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another.
Manipulative
So
game.
why are you setting a boundary?
And they're there.
It's this
Feels.
It's disrespectful.
hook up or whatever. So like it's fine. Like I can have somebody over, but to actually call some
It's disrespectful that a woman
Yes,
doesn't want to have sex.
because
disrespectful to who though?
okay, it's disrespectful because I've spent my time hanging out with this woman.
Wait
The
a
one,
minute.
Heidi, but that is a
Where's this shit at?
misogyny.
Y'all fucking
You have
up.
chips and advice.
Who we are.
Women be like,
And straight up.
and want to fuck
Can have somebody over, but
Heidi. It's not my fault that she feels that way.
With you. You said it in the,
There's no
in
manipulation.
the video. You just said it.
yeah.
She can't.
She says, because here's the thing: if you're
Oh,
gonna call
there
someone a
it is.
misogynist,
This is it.
Finish
right?
it.
The girl's at your crib and she says, "Oh, I don't want to have any bedroom fun." Totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another girl. Okay.
He said you can't get mad. He's right. You can't get mad. You have no right to be mad at that. You have no right to be angry at her personal decision to not allow you to be inside of her body. Right?
Okay. And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna hear you talking to
But problem,
totally cool. You can't get mad. You basically get up, say, "All right, no problem," and you're gonna go call another girl. Okay. And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna hear you talking to another.
what's going to happen is she's going to hear you talking to another girl. The only way she would hear you talking to another girl is if she said no. You said, "All right, no problem." You went to the bathroom and called another girl and was like, "Hey, when you trying to come over?" While she's still in the house. All right? Okay?
Other girl. Competition anxiety spikes, and then
Competition anxiety spikes. He doesn't see anything wrong with this. Nothing. He don't see nothing wrong with that. He doesn't see anything wrong with telling how many people watched this video. 34,000 people. So I can't imagine how many people. 21,000 views on the Instagram. So he doesn't mind telling 21,000 impressionable people to actively try to manipulate a woman in a live situation. He sees no problem with this because he feels like he's been manipulated probably. So he's like, I'm gonna just do it to them. They try to bend me, I didn't break. You know, they try to break me, I just bend it into who I am. And so we're gonna see how far I can bend them until they break. Fuck them bitches. Give me pussy and what I want. Or fuck you. That's his mentality. That's what it is. He's a light-skinned nigga in Florida. He's bred this way. Them little Miami bitches, them little Dade County bitches, they molded this nigga into that. Well, you a fuck boy his whole life. You a fuck boy, red ass nigga. Da, 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 da. Red niggas, listen. You gotta be tough, or you gonna turn into a nigga like this in Florida. I'm only talking about Florida. I'm not talking about the rest of the world. But you'll get beat down, and I'm not saying that's his story because that's defamation once again, and I'm not trying to defame this man. I'm just saying the mentality, it has to come from a manipulated place. Because he has no problem with telling people they can manipulate other people. Manipulation in itself is fucked. Because you're trying to play with people's minds. And you don't know everything. So if you try to play with people's minds and the shit backfires, it's going to backfire real bad. You know, what if a nigga that's fucking with a crazy bitch? What if he fucking with a crazy bitch? And he go in the bathroom and he call another, hey, yo, shorty. Even if he lying, he could be lying. And she hear that shit. She like, I'm still in this nigga house. Fuck this nigga. Let me get up and knock this TV over and act like I did it by accident. Get the bitch out of your situation politely and then invite the other bitch. That's my advice. All this manipulate her so she can know that you got something else going on, that's cheese. And that's why this conversation started. Because he said some dumb shit. Manipulate the bitch. That's where he fucked up
then you're gonna come back and you're gonna tell her, listen, I respect your boundaries. I understand you don't want to have any bedroom fun, but I got my needs, and I'll see you later. And you tell her to leave. Simple as that, guys. Never, ever let a girl leverage bedroom fun against you to try to get some compliance. She's within her right to not give you the fun, but you're within your right to get the fun from somebody else. Don't be stupid. Don't chase, replace.
Okay. What part about that was misogynistic? Please tell me, because that to me makes common sense. If you don't want to have sex with me, cool. It's in your right. You can leave if you want to. But guess what? I got my rights as well. I want to get laid. Hey, Susie, what's up? Come
Of
through.
course.
What's wrong with that?
So what is
Yeah,
misogynistic
and
about that
of course,
video?
no, you have your right to whatever you want to do after that. But I'm saying, you don't see the part in the video where he's like, you said you have to manipulate the woman just because she play these mind games because she didn't want to have
Give her
sex with you.
anxiety
Yeah,
or
like
something.
give her anxiety, like literally give a woman
Or
anxiety
somebody
because she
try to
doesn't.
give you anxiety.
Yeah, because she doesn't want to have sex with you. You said it.
There's no
in
manipulation.
the video. You just said it.
Yeah.
She can
Sorry, my bad.
leave at any time. What do you say? Respect her boundaries.
Yep.
She can leave.
Did you, not hear, did you not hear the video? He
Yeah,
said
competition
you
anxiety.
have to create a competition anxiety. So you want to give a woman anxiety because she doesn't want to have sex with you? Come on.
Weird, yeah.
Okay, obviously you don't understand how women work.
You said it in
right?
the video. I mean, you're
But I
very
get the point of
specific.
the video too, where like if that's what you're looking for, just
Yeah, I don't like how they just shut her down because she asked a real question. You want to try to give a woman anxiety because she doesn't want to have sex with you. And the dude said, I don't think you understand how women work. He's speaking to a woman. So he's assuming that he knows more about that woman's brain than what that woman literally knows inside of her own brain. That's misogynistic in itself. But I'm not a scientist, I'm not a neurologist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm barely a fucking human being. I'm just a guy who drinks beer. And I think about stuff. I wear silly shirts. And I hope one day every single living creature that has any ounce of Hitler inside of them will be phased out by evolution. And we can all live in harmony.